what comes to my mind when I think about Sydney Olympics, it was massive. It really was. Just a whirlwind of a big build-up and then absolutely humbled by the event itself. And it's ongoing. I mean, the discussions that people are around, whenever you bump into them, it's still having a legacy now. The Olympic dream, my big bang, I call it. I was about 8, maybe 10, watching the LA Olympics. It was a big occasion because Dad allowed the TV to come up from the rumpus room into the living room. I just remember watching these crazy Australians going up against the might of the Americans in the team pursuit cycling velodrome final. We knew nothing of any of that, team pursuit, cycling, but we could understand it was David versus Goliath. And I was in. That was it. I went straight to a piece of pen and paper with my brothers, and we were mapping out, when's it our turn to have a crack at these Olympic Games. Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday. Realizing the Olympic dream was about to happen, not only as, the home games, but it was my backyard games, having grown up, within 15 minutes of the velodrome I'd eventually compete at. It was pretty cool. But in those final weeks, when it was time to prep and freshen up, touched down in a stupid training accident on the road and snapped my collarbone in half. I started off by crying, weeping, thinking it was all off, and I'd completely lost the ability to even compete at Sydney. But with the help of my teammates and the staff of the Australian team, I was up and running. To be honest, I didn't even know this existed. The flip of mindset between poor me and, okay, what can I do? I was able to get back on and do a little bit of training in those last sort of week or so and compete for a bronze medal on home soil with a roaring Aussie audience supporting me. Road, mountain. There we go. Found it. So good. Oh, I'm going to spend a bit more time down here. In a way, it's the team's back together again. We've all gone off and back to our posts around Australia, around the world. But here is like the team's back together. It's really cool. Frozen in time, here we are. Yeah, that's really cool. Been able to raise Sydney to start with, and then let alone a final for a bronze medal in front of a home crowd. That was just amazing. A lot of friends and family in the crowd, my parents in the crowd. I don't know how it was possible, but as soon as the gun went, 5,000 fans were behind me. The poor Englishman, he really had no chance, because you'd imagine there was just like a wave of energy, as I was going past the crowd in this indoor wooden velodrome, the acoustics just going bananas. And even though there was everyone screaming and supporting, for the opening sort of 3/4 of the race, I could only hear one voice, and that was my dad. And he was just saying, "Go, son." And that kind of kept me calm. But then I was a little bit behind, and it was kind of the strategy, but it was time to go. And that's when I let all those 5,000 people in and just dropped the hammer last 4 laps. I think I did a few too many laps in celebration. Makes it ushered me off. The feeling was just a total connection with everyone was in that stadium. It was like we were just all one. It was really quite exceptional. As an Aussie watching, Kathy Frim light the cauldron at the start, it was like, oh, that is so us. What a risk. It was a risk. Kathy was set to compete in those games, being presented as what you eventually would be and still is cherished for. And that's just the Aussie spirit, isn't it? Just having a crack, having a go, taking a bit of risk.